glad you have joined us this morning on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook. This is Biz, and we are super excited because I got one of the top bands in the Delaware Valley sitting right in the studio with me right here. They are Trio Nova. Boom! Here they are in the studio with us right now. Good morning and welcome, guys.
Thank you.
What's happening?
We're happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy you guys are here too.
Thank
So,
you.
just so you can see it on the screen, but I got Pete, I got Mike, and I got Chris. You guys make up Trio Nova. Terra Nova. That's a restaurant, I think, right?
I think
That's
so. Or healthcare planners.
yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's
Right.
Trio Nova.
That's
And
it.
guys, tell us a little bit about your style. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Lay it down for everybody. We're gonna play some stuff coming up
Okay.
in the next break, but I want to talk to you guys about your influences, your style, what you like to play, all that stuff. Let me have it.
Okay. Mike, you want to start?
Sure. This band started because Pete and I were in a cover band, and the band folded, and we just started getting together and working on an instrumental type sound. And happened at around that time onto some Brazilian bossa nova music. Fell in love with it. We started performing that and learning the songs, and it just sort of informed the sound of the band a lot. So there's a lot of rock and pop in our sound, and there's a lot of more American jazz to it, but that Brazilian music was something we really clicked into.
It's such like a melding of so many great different sounds. It's really cool. And you guys were together as Duo Nova? Dos Nova.
Dos Nova. It was
Right?
just Mike and I.
Right, then you added
Right.
Chris, and you've added another layer, right? Because the sound has evolved so much
Yeah.
over the years, right? So
Right, originally it was Mike and I, and we had a drum machine that we used, and we did that for convenience sake, and also that we could get into a tight spot in any place we played. We could get into a
Right.
corner because we didn't have a drummer with a lot of equipment.
right.
But
Yeah, Chris is like, yeah, things
Yeah,
have
right,
changed,
about
right?
But there's limitations to that. There were
Mhm.
limitations to that, and also the thing is that we had to program the song so we couldn't deviate away from the arrangement,
Right.
the drum machine.
Yeah, you're locked into
You're
that
locked
range.
into that, and then we wanted to stretch out more. So
Yeah.
initially, our first drummer was a guy named Bill Marconi, who's a great drummer from Philadelphia. I was teaching with him at a music school, and
He's a distant relative of the inventor of the radio, I'm sure.
what's that?
Marconi, the inventor of the radio.
Yes,
I'm sure
exactly.
He's a
Right,
distant
right.
relative.
Marconi experiment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was him. That's a matter of fact.
He's a descendant.
Actually, yeah.
He's still
Sure,
playing.
sure.
It's amazing.
We'll go with that. That
Yeah.
sounds
Over
good.
here, wow.
Give him some glucosamine and he's good. You know? But so Bill was our first drummer, and he played for several years, and then we got Chris. Chris was playing percussion with us, and then Bill had some other projects that he was working on.
Quattro
so,
Nova.
Quattro Nova, right.
Right.
It's great when we have four people because they say we love Trio Nova. We love all four of you.
Wait a second.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I can
Yeah,
do the
no.
math,
Doesn't
but
add up.
It's like
Yeah.
salt and pepper, and you're like, who's the?
Yeah, right,
there's
who's
three of
salt,
them.
who's
Yeah,
pepper.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But then Chris started playing with us. And,
Nobody giving Spinderella any love.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
she made it go. She made the whole thing go. It's
Exactly.
crazy. No, I'm sorry. Go
So
ahead.
anyway, so Chris started playing with us, and he's been playing with us for the last, I don't know, 8 years, almost a decade. I
Yeah,
guess.
almost a decade, yeah. I'm
So
still
we've
the new
been
guy.
around for a while. So, and we started writing some new music and working on some new stuff. Bill Marconi was the one that was on our CD Parallel Lines,
Right.
and Chris was on our most recent CD, which is called
We'll
Suspicion
absolutely
Street.
make sure that we get into
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna play some stuff coming up. But you guys do a lot of original stuff.
Mhm.
This is your bread and butter, right? You love writing and creating and doing all the originals, but you're also willing to do weddings and parties and stuff like that, where you do a lot of covers. What are some of the style covers that you guys like to play?
Well, I think the most interesting thing about this band is that we do a lot of familiar, as Mike was saying, pop songs and American jazz. But the pop songs in particular are all recognizable. A lot of Beatles, Stevie Wonder, everything kind of out of the
R&B stuff.
a lot of R&B. So, but they're done with our own treatment. So we're not just playing the songs verbatim, you know, from the
Right.
original
Yeah.
version, but, you know, I like to think that we kind of make them our own, and we bring in those different influences of the Brazilian and, you know, jazz, which we're stretching a bit. There's improvisation, and some, again, we do, and have done for a long time, Paul McCartney, Maybe I'm Amazed, but we do it as a bossa nova.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like really a cool way to stand out, because if I wanted to hear just the regular tracks, I could hire a DJ or set up my computer. So the fact that you guys, you put your own spin on the covers, I bet you they almost sound a little bit like originals, because you're tweetering that line between the creative and the composition of what's already there, and I like that dynamic. It sounds so cool. And the weddings and parties that you guys have done, they're like legendary. I've seen some.
They
of
are
your,
legendary.
I've seen some of
They
your
are.
testimonials
Yeah.
where the people are like, Trio Nova, they totally blew all of my guests away. We almost didn't know what to expect. We saw these guys and we were like, yeah, we know they're good musicians, and then they started to perform, and it blew everybody away. What's that feel like? What does it feel like? I can tell you just you guys live for that, right?
Well, it feels great when people enjoy the music. So you
Yeah,
know,
it's very
yeah.
gratifying that
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
see you in public and say, "Hey, you played at my wedding." That's a great feeling.
Yeah, I mean that's the stuff that
They
really
don't throw
translates.
stones at us and stuff.
Yeah, well.
They're not chasing us with a.
You played in my wedding.
Yeah, not
You're
yet at
ruined
least,
my
right? I'm divorced now, and that
Yeah,
was
right.
the that was the
Friendship.
beginning of the
Yeah.
end, and yeah, well, that
Well, then
wasn't
this
your
is
So
fault.
far, the marriages have held out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good, but
Oh, so Trio Nova's good luck.
Yes,
Ah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Trio
Wedding
Nova's good
season
luck.
coming
Perfect.
up. You gotta get in the-
Hire us for your wedding.
Yes.
Right.
Ensures
Wanna-
a success.
That's
Well,
right. Go to
key-
trionova.com, hit the contact page, and hire them for your
The
wedding.
key to a
One of
long,
the things that-
successful marriage,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Trio Nova.
One of the things I wanted to mention was that when we do weddings and restaurants, we're playing, mostly we concentrate on more of the cover stuff because people want to hear recognizable stuff.
Right.
When we're doing the coffee houses and some of the more places where we can play original music, we spend most of the set, most of the performance playing the original music. So we can tailor, you know, what we play to the event. You know, so if we're playing at a particular venue that caters more to pop stuff, we'll play more of the pop stuff. If it's more of a jazz type club, then we'll play more of the jazz stuff. If it's a coffee house or a place that we can play original music, we'll play original music. So we have a really pretty vast repertoire.
And that just speaks to your versatility. I mean, you're able to adapt your sound to whatever situation that you're in. And how amazing is that? Because not every band can do that, right? A lot of guys are pegged in their hole. They can't really get out of it. You guys are creative artists, all right? So you're able to, you know, look,
Thank you.
I know they raise their eyebrows, they look, but
That's me.
totally. You guys are creative artists that are able to adapt and conform and do all these different things to give your clients and your audiences the best possible experience. It's a cool thing. You should be very proud of it.
Thank you very much.
You know, and I must say, so from hosting events, I understand, like, the versatility is important
Mhm.
because you can look at the crowd and know exactly how they're responding.
Right.
So being able to say, oh wow, so this crowd wants to dance a bit. So let me go ahead and, you know, play maybe some more upbeat
Right.
tunes, or maybe this crowd seems like maybe they just really want to relax and enjoy the conversation. So let's kind of tone it down, go to the jazzier side. So that's something that's important to have. And when you're a seasoned musician, when you have people that you're comfortable working together, being able to improv, you mentioned that you guys improv earlier, it's definitely something that you want to look towards when you're booking a band, or especially, or even.
Absolutely, and I think even you know during the gig, whether it's a you know a private affair, or you know, or we're playing in a club or somewhere like Scottish Rite Auditorium in
Mhm.
Collingswood, New Jersey, which
Great
we played.
venue.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
a great
it's
venue.
beautiful.
Really nice.
You know, you have to be able to read your audience, and sometimes the best planned set list, you know, you have to deviate from it. You're
Yeah.
just responding to the audience. you
Yeah.
know, and you know the band, you know the band, how the band responds.
Well, I mean, the music sets your tone for your event. I mean, you guys know, you played parties, you've been to parties, you know that the music really determines kind of how the party is going to go. And being able to adjust and be versatile can really help to set the tone, set the right tone, and make sure that everybody is happy with what's happening. Guys, this is going so fast already. I got to take a quick break. When we
Okay.
come back, we're gonna hear some of the stuff. We're gonna let everybody hear it, and then I'm gonna have to contact your webmaster because your website and your Facebook pages are going to blow up. Once everybody hears it, we're going to need to make sure that it can handle
Well,
the
we don't want them to blow up.
it can handle the traffic. It's going to be there's going to be so much internet traffic that we're going to need to make sure that they can handle it. So stick around. I got to take a quick break, but we will be right back on Morning Coffee.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facial, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents. Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Mark Cook, this is Biz, and we are super excited you joined us this morning because we got Trio Nova in the house. These guys have been rocking it for years in the South Jersey, Delaware Valley, Philadelphia area, and they have brought it to you on Morning Coffee, and we're super excited you guys are here. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet
So,
you, Mark.
Parallel Lines, guys. This album was a big one for you, right? This was the one. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the one that you guys are most proud of. Is that a fair statement? All right, so it's not a fair statement. It was not a fair statement. I take it back.
It's always good business to say that your most recent one is the one you're most proud of.
Okay.
And Suspicion Street's a little bit more recent.
All right.
But we love Parallel Lines. We think
Yeah,
it's
I
great
mean,
stuff.
Parallel Lines.
We're very proud of both of them.
Yeah, well, that's a safe answer, and they're going to beat me up probably in the parking lot on the way out because they're all important. Oh, man, you got the whisper. All right, I better make a phone call. But, listen, these guys, what I'm trying to say is that their albums are amazing. Okay, so yeah, Parallel Lines is the one that I know a little bit better. So the new one that's coming out is obviously just as amazing, and Biz has got them right here. So this is going to be a little different, right? I want to play a track, Parallel Lines, which is the title track from the album. But we're not going to be able to hear it in the studio. You guys are going to be able to hear it out there. So we're going to play a little bit in just a second, and then I want you to give me a little bit of a background behind it as well. So behind the scenes, what's happening right now is the producer just ran out of the studio. So there might be an issue with the track. So we'll get that going. That's not a problem. So let's talk a little bit about your upcoming gigs. We talked about how you guys are going to be playing in July a little bit. Coming up next month, you've got gigs at Coffee House 2, is that right?
It's called Coffee Works.
Coffee Works, I'm
It's
sorry.
in Voorhees. It's a really great coffee house. It has it's supporting live music for 50 years. So
Okay.
we've been playing there for 50 years.
And then you guys also do like a bar venue, right?
Yeah, the other place we're playing is Burlington.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, right in Burlington City?
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Right on the
easy for everybody to find. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. They should definitely go check you guys out there.
Absolutely.
So my production guy got back. He's ready to rock,
Okay.
right? He didn't fire me from earlier, which was good. So he's ready
Oh, you
to. Actually, he's just changed his mind. Sorry, Keith. So we're gonna play a little bit of Parallel Lines right now. Hit it. Wait, are you gonna do the interview from the other side of the camera now? We're sounding good. All right. So tell me about the track. All right. So obviously it sounded great. We had a moment of Keith just giving you guys a great
Keith was
compliment.
digging it, yeah. So,
Yeah, it sounded a little bit like
Yeah.
the
That
Dead.
means a lot.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
There we go.
absolutely.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, we've never heard the Grateful Dead analogy, but
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
but that's good. We'll
Yeah,
take it.
we'll take
They're a great band. And Parallel Lines is an original song that I wrote for Trio Nova specifically, and I call it our train song because it's got the rhythm of a train.
Okay.
And that's where the parallel lines of the train track, which is also the cover of the CD.
Awesome. I was just about to ask that. And
Right.
is there a bigger statement on that, or is there a bigger statement there, or is it just kind of drawing parallels in life, and you see your train track, and whether you're going straight, whether you're
Well, just that it's
veering
moving.
off.
Just basically
Just
you're
that you're
going into
moving.
it. Like, basically that was one of the first songs. I mean, if I'm going to make an analogy or put it into a deeper context, you never know where you're going to end up, kind of. So, that was kind of like the first song I wrote for our trio or for our duo actually at the time.
Mhm.
And so, I just always liked the idea of hearing a train in the distance. You never know where it's coming from or where it's going to, and there's a bit of mystery about it.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So where does your creative process start? I know every artist has their own kind of inspiration or how that goes, but if you don't mind,
In
shed
terms
a
of the
little light
original
into it.
music?
Yes, in terms of the original music, like where does that start? Like how do you create a new song?
Well, we've all written music for the band, so who wants to start?
Well, maybe I'll start.
Yeah.
I find for me, it kind of goes in cycles. I'll write a lot. I may get in a creative spurt, and then it kind of goes dead for a while. But for me, it could be driving in the car, and I'm just hearing a melody in my head, or maybe I'm inspired by something else I heard. So I'll use technology now. Even in the car, I'll get my phone out with the voice recorder, and I'll sing the melody or whatever the idea is. It might be a rhythm, it might be anything, and so I can go back later and refer to it because I've learned enough times like, hey, this is a great idea, and I didn't. The next time around it just went. So hopefully that idea will kind of morph itself into a song or a complete idea. Sometimes I end up with a lot of pieces that I can end up putting together. You know, obviously everything that, you know, all the ideas, some work, some don't. Some have sat on the shelf for a couple of years, and then you come back to it, and it's kind of fresh, and you have a new perspective. So, you know, but I think it's different for everybody.
Yeah, everybody normally has a different type of process. But what do you guys think when you hear something like Prince and he had like, what was it, 900 albums worth of music just sitting in the vault? I mean, it's so daunting and such a heavy task I feel like, to put together even one short song, let alone, you know, just constantly pumping out music like that. What are some of the challenges that you guys face? I mean, even if you want to speak specifically to Parallel Lines, you know, were there any changes or something in there structurally that you struggled with, that your process just, you know, you get like frustrated and you wonder kind of what you're doing?
Well, Parallel Lines, it depends on, when I'm writing, I'm either writing on guitar or piano. I used to write a lot more on piano, but now I'm writing specifically on guitar because I really don't have a decent keyboard at this moment. So generally it starts out with an idea that I come up with on the guitar that I think is cool, that I like, and I just try to expand upon it. But you always, you know, end up in a place where, you know, you end up at a brick wall a lot of times when you're writing music, and you kind of think, okay, like, what am I going to do from here? Or I've got one section A and section B, and I need to transition to, you know, from one section to the next without sounding like it's from a different song, that it's got to fit within the context of the song and work. So, you know, one of the things that I was a music student, so one of the things that I refer to as music theory a lot of times. I mean, sometimes that's where, you know, the education I got comes into play.
Yeah.
There's certain things you can refer to or draw on from just music theory that help you. But on a creative level, you know, but it's always got to creatively work. You know, it's always got to creatively work in the context of the song. Like I said, Parallel Lines was just, it started out with a guitar riff, you know, and then I just kind of took
build from there.
Right.
That's awesome. Guys, we're moving so fast. I got so much I want to talk about. But real quick, before we go to break, I want to mention that you guys teach, too. You guys also offer lessons. You guys are professional musicians, but you're also trying to pay it forward a little bit and help the kids out. I know that Chris is involved in South Philadelphia with a great program. I know.
Settlement Music School.
Yeah, I know that.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, that's okay. Say it again louder, so everybody can hear.
Settlement Music School.
Yeah. So if you've got kids in Philadelphia, South Philadelphia, that are interested in music, send them to Chris. Chris can help them. Or if you go to trionova.com, you can find out how to get in touch with the guys for the personal lessons. And you'll do kids, you'll do adults, you'll do anybody that wants to learn, right? It's about spreading the knowledge of music and the love of music. So I got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with Trio Nova after this. Stick around.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facial, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more. Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network. I am Biz, my host Tamara. We're getting so into it off scene. It's been wonderful here. Oh, we have Trio Nova with us here today.
Where are we?
There you are.
You guys are here. They're quite the engaging group, and you're not even performing today. We just, before the break, we were able to listen to Parallel Lines and talk a little bit about the creative process and kind of how you get away from those brick walls. We'll be listening to a bit from your newest album, Suspicion Street, which, like I said, I mean, I'm just the name of the song that I have to listen to this thing from the back now. We'll be listening to Sister in a few. But while we're getting that queued up, I kind of wanted to, as we listen to it, if you can think about the way that technology has changed that process. We talked about the creative process before, but in the act of actually creating music and how that's changed over the years, how has it impacted your style, how has it impacted your technique, I'd really like to kind of explore that, just to give the people who maybe are more on the creative side kind of an insight into that. If we have time now, we can actually talk about it now.
You want to say anything about that, Mike?
Yeah. So when you started, like, what was that key piece of technology? Like, there's always trends and things like
Drum
that.
machine.
Drum machine.
Yeah, we've come a long way as far as that. When we started out, we had a very primitive drum machine, and then we finally had a live drummer, Bill Marconi, and then we added Chris on percussion, and he has become our drummer. One thing we found in recording the records is that the technology was changing so fast that by the time we completed a track, sometimes there were new updates in what they call plugins, or a program.
The actual program.
Yeah, it was the computer programs that were screwing you guys up.
Allows you to tweak the sound, and we'd actually recut the song because the quality of the sound had improved so much over even that month and a half or whatever, that it was so worth it to do it again. So we made a joke that the album took 5 years to make, but it was mostly because we had to keep going back to doing it so we could make it sound better, you know.
And you don't think about that when you're listening to the music, all that goes into it, because I mean the cost of equipment, the time that's spent, the money invested. This is why, you know, everyone's like, oh, but it's art, but it's still a business, you know what I mean? You have to recoup that. By the way, their CD is for sale. We'll be getting into all the different places that you can buy it.
Yeah, you know what, Abby, let's start this track. This track is called Sisters. Sisters or Sister?
Sister.
Just one sister. Just one. And you can pick this, you can get this on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music.
Amazon.
CD Baby.
CD Baby. this is from Suspicion Street, and the origin of it was actually Mike and I got together with a friend of ours and did this thing called International Jam, and we tried to incorporate as many elements from different genres and different international types of styles of music as possible. And I wrote a little song for it, and I decided that it was an idea that I liked. And I just worked on it and worked on it and worked on it, and it turned into something, it morphed into something totally, completely different than what we started out with. But it was dedicated to my mom, who was ill at the time, and her nickname was Sister, so I dedicated it to my mother. And but it's also, you were talking about technology. One of the things that we try to do with Suspicion Street, as opposed to Parallel Lines, we tried to have a more ambient sound, a more atmospheric sound, and with the technology of the recording gear that you can get now, the recording programs, it allowed us some flexibility to use like loops and repeating figures. So this song, in addition to just performing it live, performing the tracks on our instruments, I also incorporated some loops and tried to create a more ambient kind of.
And that gives you a lot more layers, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you can create different layers of sound when you have those. You use probably like a loop pedal, I would think.
Well, we actually, in performance, we use a sample pad that has some of the sounds on it that we use on the CD, and that's the other way that we use technology. Is that because there's only 3 of us and we've got some more sounds on the CD than we can actually play live. We recorded some of the songs on a sample pad, which means that Chris plays it, he hits a drumstick on a trigger on a pad, and it will play that sound. So during the course of live performance, we can get the sounds that are on the CD, in addition to what we're playing live.
So I'd like to point out that means that Chris is playing a live drum track.
And
he also has to.
I didn't bring my third arm with me.
He has to be completely on his game and hit that, and that's going to go for 4 bars, and he's got to hit that one. He hits that one, and that goes for 4 bars. So
it's intense. I kind of gathered that when he was describing it. I was like, wait a second, this guy.
I'm always very impressed. That's how I'll put it.
It could be a challenge.
Yeah, because you have to be smart as well as talented and musically gifted and all of these things. Chris, did you know this was going to happen?
No, they didn't tell me.
No, I called him up and said, there's a song I want to do, but for us to do it live, we're going to have to do it. He said, what do you think about getting a sample pad? It's like $400, It's an investment.
Yeah,
it's an investment.
Sure.
Yeah, he did it.
Why not?
So we started, that's basically the way we approached doing
It's cool
the live stuff.
But it tells me that you guys are willing to evolve and change and let your music creativity take you in places that you may not have expected or determined, years ago. And that's the flexibility and the freedom that a true artist and a true musician should be able to embrace and enjoy, right? I think you guys have a great mindset, great execution, great everything. It's really impressive.
Thank you.
I think that now the best thing to do is, you want to tell them?
Yeah.
Biz loves this.
Well, because it gives the opportunity to directly connect the viewers with the guests that we have on the show, and I'm pretty sure after watching this, they're going to be more interested to hear hear more of what they heard, and to hopefully see you guys in person at one of your shows. So we have camera 3 over here. One of you guys, whoever you've elected to be the leader of the group for just this few moments, tell the viewers where they can go to contact you, to listen to your work, find you,
hear your music,
key pieces, everything you needed to know, lessons, etc.
I've been elected. So we have a website. It's trionova.com. There's a few Trio Novas out there. We're the first and the most consistent. We've been there for years. We've seen them come. We've seen them go. But trionova.com. We have the domain name, so we've been there the longest. So you can find a little bit more about the band on that website, and you can hear some of our music. And also we have a list of upcoming performances that I just updated last week, so it's fairly up to date. We also have a Facebook page, and again, there's several Trio Novas. So the Trio Nova Philadelphia is the one you're looking for when you go to Facebook. Our music is available on Spotify. It's available on Amazon. It's available on iTunes. You can purchase the CDs at any of those places. Well, you can purchase it at Amazon. You can also purchase it at CD Baby. Anything I'm missing?
I think you're hitting it.
I think
Yeah,
that-
man, you've got a lot of
Oh,
access.
lessons.
Oh yeah. Also, if you're interested in guitar lessons, I've got information about guitar lessons on the website. And Chris is director at the South Philly Settlement Music School, and Mike isn't. Are you teaching?
I'm just kind of the bum of the band.
Mike is a full-time gig and musician, but that's
Listen,
how he
if-
makes his living. Which
If
is,
you ask nicely, Mike will give you
Yeah.
a
I
lesson.
will give you pointers. Tips for certain.
Yeah.
These guys are awesome. You have no excuse not to check them out. They are Trio Nova. Go to the website, listen to their stuff. You're not going to be disappointed. They are awesome. I thank you guys so much for coming in this morning. This was
Thank
great.
you, Mark.
Thank you very much.
We wish you continued success.
Thank you.
Go have a great summer, will
Thanks a
you?
lot.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye,
We
everybody.
got to take a quick break here on Morning Coffee, but we'll be right back after this. Stick around.